Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Well, good morning in the West. It's me, Ace from Ramen Toy, back with another live stream. Thank you for joining me. Let me know in the comments if my mic is broadcasting well. If you are seeing me with clear resolution, let me know how my connection is, please. Thank you so much. So, yeah, let me know in the comments if my sound is okay. Let's do a sound test. Am I too loud, too soft? Are you seeing me okay? I'm using the network uh, line. Let me know. Sounds good. Tony's Fix. Hey, welcome to the stream. Gregory, because some people here. Dave says, sounds good. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. So let's say hello to a few people who are already in the chat. Road Pig John is here. We have Andrew Davis as well, the guy, the man who actually met me in New York, and I'm appreciative. All about the villains. Thank you so much for joining the stream. We have RC as well. We also have the Titan, who is always telling me that I am the hardest working cyborg in the business. Okay. All about villains. Yep, it's 10 a.m. over there. It's actually like 11 p.m. here on a Saturday night here in mainland China, same time zone as Singapore. So it's 8 of March, right? 11 p.m. And you guys are waking up nice and early over there in the States that I just departed from just a few days ago. So, some early comments. By the way, guys, hit that like in the stream as always, and we shall get the live stream going really soon. So, we need some weapons effect for the Amphisbina. I think that's what you mean. And maybe some effects for the MUSK. Yeah, we'll think about that. So Tony's Fix, thanks for joining, my friend. Sounds good. We got Gregory also. Thanks for joining, Gregory, in the stream. That's right, guys. So I was in New York just recently for the New York Toy Fair, and this stream basically is for you to catch up with you guys, as well as to share my experience attending New York Toy Fair for the very first time. So I hope that you will enjoy what I'm about to share with you guys in the next hour or so. We'll keep it in an hour because it's gonna be midnight for me, and got a nice and early morning head start of me tomorrow. Right. So gonna make it real quick. And of course, for those of you who can't watch the live, you can always catch on the replay crew. Of course, always leave your comments in the comment section. I'll do my best to always look and read all of them and then answer all of them accordingly. All right, so some early questions here from George, who's asking, are you making a vehicle big enough for the Mythic Legions dragon to ride in? And of course, it's just kidding. So that's a question that already answered by itself. Thanks so much. We have one here from Domenico. Nice smile I have there, Ace. Well, thanks so much. Thanks so much at all. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. We got Felix, who is confirming that the connection is good. Everything is fine. Also from Warmonger. Charles Thomas says loud and clear. Thank you so much. We also have Randall in the house. Hello. Lone Dragon is saying that my recoil came in the other day, but I haven't got a chance to open it yet. So please, at your convenience, please open up the recoil. I'm sure you will enjoy it, and as well as many who have already received theirs. Right. Again, I'll probably get to that in just a bit in the stream, where I will address quite a few emails that I'm getting. The team is getting about where is my REV. Where's my Raider? Where's my recoil? Have you actually shipped it? So we'll get to that in just a bit. Although it's actually repeating the same thing over again about shipping, but of course every day we have somebody new who is going to be unsure of the procedure, so it's no problem. We'll go through it at all right. Let's see here. Everything's good. Just running through some comments. TM reviews. That's right. I met the man in New York Toy Fair as well. So it was great hanging out. Yep, there you go. It was great hanging out with you, Sonny. Thank you so much. I also have to say a good hello to Gregory again, who says that he needs the white ramen toy hat. Well, I will be at Joe Fest. If you can attend it, we'll bring some hats to give away. How about that? All right. All right. Adam confirmed that he's gotten his recoil A Team Ramen Racer, the A Team, the economical van, not the Ramen Racer, but he loves it anyway, so that's all good. All right. Corn Husky also says good morning and thank you so much for joining, my friend. I appreciate it. And let's see. Who is this guy? This is Zakanan, who's been making his rounds at ZoloCon, I believe. The Titan is also here saying Zakanan, and of course, Mr. Laser Pants with the spanner. He's a mod, man. Am I muted? Maybe you should turn up your volume. That's what's happening, right? Always playing around. Okay. Any thoughts on the competition after seeing the mask items? We'll get to that in just a bit. Plus, I will be sharing with you a bit of drama that I mentioned in the bit of write up to the live stream. But I've already actually leaked it a little bit on LP's stream earlier on. So, doing a bit of a recap on my stream. All right. Yeah, there you go. Remember to plug in your earbuds. You got to make sure it's all plugged in. All right. Corn Husker is saying that was able to order my third super mass. Wow. Thank you so much. 3. So you can actually stack 1, 2, 3. You got 2 extra street sections that you can maybe trade off with a friend, collector, or sell it, right? Or flip it, right? So I can't wait to get my hands and hope that we hit all the levels. Definitely, we're hopeful. By the way, guys, 2 more days left to the early bird, which was extended from the 28th of February. We agreed that it was a short month, so not exactly 30 days. So we extended it to the 10th of March, which is like 2 days more to go on our time. But of course, as always, if you follow Ramen Toys early bird, we always extend it a little bit more after that. All right, so get your orders in. We're currently at 664 super mass sold based on my last count. I'm looking at the screen right here. So that means that we are halfway towards getting everything unlocked. All right, halfway. All right, so keep on going. Let's see. Travis Williams is asking that I'm just joining, but is there a possibility of Knight Rider actually happening? So on that note, we have basically released a video that we did almost like 9 or 10 months ago, maybe 9-10 months ago, right? So that was basically back in May of 2024. It was used as a pitch for the license, but unfortunately we didn't get a favorable response at that point of time. So, I decided to just release the video anyways because it's a prototype that's pretty much working, although we've done lots of tweaks since then, including a driver. So we are basically trying to pitch it again, and we'll see how it goes. All right, we'll see how it goes. Yes, sir, your volume was down. That's right. Or I could be muted, actually. Mind games. All right, guys, I'm going to get straight into the stream. All right. And I will just possibly just browse through the chat as and when I can. All right. So what I'm going to talk about basically is my trip to New York Toy Fair. My first time attending New York Toy Fair. I've actually heard about it many moons ago, many years ago, as I am in the industry, but I've never quite attended New York Toy Fair because I always attend Nuremberg Toy Fair, and I would assume that New York Toy Fair is basically the same thing, but for the US market. So on this occasion, I was making my mind up to actually go and have a look, to also shake hands with our distributor, Agabiz, and also to meet up with Hasbro. Yes, I actually had a chance to meet Hasbro, and this is the proof of the pudding, right? Every Hasbro attendee actually got a sticker, either it's Peppa Pig or something Hasbro related. So that is actually the proof that I was actually with Hasbro. So we'll get to that in just a minute. But in the meantime, let's start the storytelling of my trip to New York Toy Fair. So there you go, guys. First of all, I am packed to the brim with 2 large suitcases and a huge box. So what is the box contains? I'll get to that in just a bit. That's my flight to Seoul. So I actually had a transit Seoul. I was actually on Asiana Airlines. So for those of you who are considering that airline, I would say that it's pretty decent, not too bad. And we flew on a Airbus A330-300 from Hong Kong to Seoul. All right, so that was pretty much the configuration of the inside. Why am I showing you this? Because sometimes you got to know, right? Are you actually doing a 2x4x2 or a 3x3x3? But just to share my experience, okay? So I got a good emergency exit seat, so that afforded me some leg room. And of course, within 3 hours of the flight and a bit of a in-flight meal, I arrived at Incheon Airport in Seoul, and quickly transited to my next flight, which was the connecting to JFK. Again, I was able to get a seat that apparently afforded me some pretty good leg room. All right, so that was that. And obviously we would arrive. By the way, this is a slideshow that I put together. So LP, let me know if I'm doing well on the slides. Okay, so arrived at JFK. This is en route to JFK, and bam, arrived at the airport. And for a moment there, I was really shocked because I only had 2 bags. My carton box and my black bag. Where was the other silver bag? I had waited for the carousel to finish the entire thing from that flight, and then my bag was nowhere to be seen. I was like, oh my goodness, because that contained not just samples and stuff. It also contained all my clothing for the trip. So the box contained models. The black one contained, again, just samples and stuff. So nothing there was personal effects. So if I actually missed, or somehow they missed putting that bag onto the flight, then I'll be in big trouble. So anyway, after a long search and asking around the airport staff, I finally found the bag, because somebody had actually taken off my bag from the carousel and then left it somewhere else. Anyway, good that I got it, because it was quite a fright. All right, so back to New York. The image of a person on the left of the screen would be Andrew Davis, who actually came to help me out, because that package was actually for him, his order that I hand carried to New York for the man. Good guy, so worth all the trouble. So I took the New York subway, right, via, first of all, the air train from JFK to Penn Station, I think, maybe not. And then we took the subway. No, not Penn Station, another station. You guys help me out if you know. Anyways, that station was where we got the subway, and then that subway took us to the New Yorker, right? The New Yorker would be the hotel of choice for my stay of, I believe it's 1, 2, 3 nights, right? 3 nights. The next 3 nights I was staying here. Okay. And there we go. We got already, like, can you answer my email? Very important regarding masks. So what email is that? Maybe you can ask the question here and I will answer it right away, because otherwise, if it's an email, then I have to check which email you sent it to, because I don't have that email. I don't read it. Maybe it's sent to my colleague who is on sales. But let me know if you have something to ask. I'll answer it right here. Let's see. So next thing is that I open up the bag to check the contents. And of course, you'll see right there that the bag contains nothing but samples. And of course, I just want to highlight this is because even when I am hand carrying something with me, the box still sustained damages. All right. So if I was more critical, I'll be like, why is my box damaged when I basically carried on with me and packed it in a very sturdy, luggage bag. But it goes to show you the force that is applied to all these packages, whether it is a well protected carton box or anything. Once it is going through the motions, logistics and couriers, sometimes it just happens. All right. So that is that for my slide. And then finally, of course, I got to the show, and that was day one. Basically, I already shared some of these images on our Instagram, right? But the juicy part would be some description of what I experienced, right? So this is a bit of my dress code for the 3 days, right? Starting with black and then white and then red to end the last day. And then, of course, by the way, WWE is actually happening on the final day of the early bird of the Supermass. So I was at the New Yorker. The New Yorker was actually right across to Madison Square Garden, and I actually caught a glimpse of that little signboard there, the screen that says that Raw is coming on the 10th of March. That's right. All right. So before I get to that, I'll just look at some of these messages here, starting from Zakanian, who says that Megatron thing is just beautiful. BotCon exclusive? Yes. Available for online purchase at all? Maybe, because that will be the Agabus exclusive for BotCon. And what they do is that they will have it for sale at BotCon, and whatever remainder, obviously, that they will have, they will have it online for sales. And my friend Bill Hager, miss you already, brother. Likewise, sir. And the next time round, please, the meal will be on me because you've given me a great treat. So Bill gave me a great treat at the Gallagher's Steakhouse. What a treat! I enjoyed the evening very, very much, and I appreciate the man. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Let's see. Okay, so this is the Loyal Subjects booth where I was on day one in the morning, because I was able to get in as a exhibitor, right? The exhibitor pass. So the floor is pretty much empty, and the first thing I wanted to see was the mask products from Loyal Subjects. So I actually went there, took some pictures, and then there you have it, right through. Well, first of all, it shows that this is a enclosed area. You don't just walk in, right? It's all by appointments and stuff. So I saw what was there to be seen, and I went in because nobody was there, and I took the pictures, right? So earlier on, I shared these pictures with some, YouTubers and content creators, and just said, don't mention that I took the pictures. That's all. So now I'm actually sharing it because it's been days after the event, so I think it's safe for me to share the pictures now. So basically, what I saw are the four products on display, right? You have the Condor, you have the Thunderhawk, you have the Not Switchblade, and the Not Rhino. Apparently, they can't have names for these just yet. And, pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. You got some updated figures and sculpts right over there as well. Yep. And that was Loyal Subjects. But the thing I want to share with you guys is actually my experience at the Loyal Subjects booth on day one, sometime in the afternoon. Ready for it? All right. So a good customer, friend, and photographer, Rob Dunbar, is actually my witness for this, because basically I arranged to meet Rob at about 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and he was only going for the day. So I met up with the guy, took some pictures, and then he was telling me that he has already gone to the Loyal Subjects booth, heard the explanation from John Warden on the mask stuff. He's excited, but he forgot to actually get John Warden's business card. So I said, hey, why don't we go up and get the business card together? Right. So I went up with Rob, and we were at the booth. We were able to get in because he mentioned that I've already met with John Warden, and I just want his business card. So we actually went in, right? Me with my Ramen Toy shirt and cap. And I was there listening to John Warden explain the mass products to like three, I think, content creators, because I sort of recognized one of them, or rather the face looks familiar, but when I saw the name tag, I couldn't really match the name with the face, or the name doesn't really ring a bell. But anyways, long story short is that he was presenting to three, I believe, content creators, right? I don't believe that they are actually distributors. All right. So John Warden was there. So follow me here, right? Exactly at the booth over here. Let's see. Just trying to get that slide out to just show it. So yeah, so in this picture here, Mr. John Warden was standing on the right hand side of this booth. I would be standing exactly where I'm seeing this booth, this display exactly. Okay, so that was the scenario, and he was explaining about the products. Okay, so first thing is that I'm trying to get myself like he knows them there, and basically the first thing that he was talking about that I could mention is he was asking, what do you guys think if we actually did the Thunderhawk in some camouflage colors as a way of amortizing the tooling. So to that, I actually raised up my hand and said, by the way, how about injecting them all in black and then lining them up with the green lines to mimic the start of the show, to mimic when they're selecting the vehicles, to which he actually said, that's a good idea, right? He said that was a good idea. Okay. So that was the first thing that actually made me as if I'm doing some good inputs rather than saying anything else. So that was I was all there to try to. So why was I there? I was there to try to talk to John Warden because I was trying to pitch what I could do to assist or collab with the loyal subjects in terms of their mass development. That was why I was there. Okay, so I wasn't able to shake his hand because he was talking to these three guys. And then finally, when he finished his speech, he actually turned his back and just walked away, to which we had to follow him, me and Rob, follow him a few steps. And then as he turned around again, I said, hi, I'm Ace from Ramen Toy. We shook hands, and he was like, oh, okay. He was receptive to how I introduced myself, right? It wasn't any negative or repelling effect. The body language was very nice. He was a nice guy. But we were actually near another colleague of his who was sitting on a stool just over there at the other part of the booth. And I didn't really catch hold of his name because I just did a quick glance at his name tag. And from the distance, I couldn't really make out his name. But I think I made out the last name Montana. So I think that was it. But the whole idea is that why I'm explaining this is because this moment from Montana, how he interacted with me was really was very stark. I had not felt such negativity throughout the whole toy fair except for that moment. All the days of the toy fair, I've been walking around, shaking hands, meeting people, even people calling me out when I don't know who they are. All great experiences except for this particular one with Mr. Montana. Okay. So first of all, what I did was I introduced myself. I said I'm Ace from Ramen Toy, and I said that we also do production. So I was telling them that maybe they could let me review the mass products and give them a second quote, to which he said it's not necessary. And I wanted to give him my card, to which he said, no, there's no need. Okay, so there's already two rejections. And then I said, okay, how about this? So how about if we could collaborate on the mass stuff? To which he said, unless you pay us a lot of money, we have the license, right? That was his response. So basically very negative and trying to be highfalutin. That was my opinion. And all this time, John Warden was actually quiet. So I believe that maybe this guy could be his superior for some reason. I'm not sure. So, okay. So I'm trying to collab with you, but I said no, unless I pay them a lot of money, which was to me was kind of weird because why would I pay them money to collab with them? Okay, unless they got the license to license to me. So anyway, I tried again. I said that okay, so because we tried, so we are also in talks with Hasbro on the license. So we also do this kind of stuff, the mask things. So I was thinking that we could just collaborate so that we can brainstorm on ideas so that we can make a better product in terms of me offering my services as an R&D arm for you to engage. To which he said, nope, there's no need. Okay, so all the no's, nothing yes, all no's. And then I was even like, I was trying to shake his hand at least to like say, oh, thanks. But I think no, I shouldn't be shaking hands with this guy who is so negative. So in the end, I just said, okay, well, John, nice to meet you. And that was it. We just left. But of course, during the time, I also did mention to John Warden about the Great White, in the sense that he was like, oh, the Great White. Yeah, I think he actually said about the Great White, the shark vehicle when we first shook hands. So that was it. I wanted to share this very extraordinary moment where at a toy fair I was shown who's the boss, right? That I should know my place. I'm a little fry. Don't try to get into the big time because they are the big time, right? Unless I pay them a lot of money, they have the license, they are the big daddy, cool. No chance for me to talk anything. So that was the very, very negative experience that I got from the loyal subjects. So yeah, um, to the chat a little bit. Zakanen saying that I'm dropping the highfalutin. Yeah, I'm not a fan of highfalutin people, not at all. And let's see. Okay, I gotta get a sip of water, man. Yes, Neil, that was quite a shocker. Okay. Yes, we could definitely do that. We can definitely do that. It is indeed a big money game. That's right. Let's see. No, there's no boycotting. In fact, I'm going to be buying the products when they release from the loyal subjects because I also want to own some of these original remake, which they essentially are. Okay, uh, I was initially very excited or intrigued. Yeah, intrigued the word on what they could possibly do. But in the back of my head, I knew that it was going to be releases, reissues, and indeed they were, because it is just quite uh not say impossible, but impossible in the sense of the timeline from the time they got the announcement of the license to actually releasing product. If it's all going to be original R&D, it's really going to take much longer than like 12 months. Okay, but then again, it could also be because that, again, I'm speculating here, that it could be because Hasbro bought Kenner, right? So Hasbro bought Kenner, and Hasbro don't really have the mask license per se. They only have the mask that Kenner had. Okay, I could be wrong here, but I believe that could be the case because when I was talking to Hasbro about the exact property that I intend to license, they were actually saying that they will not be able to talk about it at the moment until the loyal subjects release their products, in which, of course, I was trying to pitch a bigger scale. Okay, so again, I'm just speculating. I'm just doing my bit of analytical thinking that perhaps the only products that Hasbro can release are the actual Kenner molds, because if they are doing something else, it needs to be approved by the original mask license holders, which nobody knows who it is. Okay, so I think maybe all we're gonna get from a licensee are, in fact, exact reissues. Of course, I love to be proven wrong, and I will prove it wrong myself if not when, but if I'm successful at getting the license to make the biggest scale of mass, so that there's no conflict with the loyal subjects, which I'm not trying to conflict, because in fact, hold on. Hopefully, I'm broadcasting clear, but I'm seeing a weak signal on the StreamYard for some reason. Okay. So anyway, I hope that there would be a chance for us to license it proper. Then I would know for sure if there is more than just doing the exact Kenner molds, because up till now there is no confirmation. And of course, the idea is that I'm not trying to go into the space and then do same scale items to compete in an already very niche market. And it is a very niche market, because I believe nobody actually knows. Well, the kids, they don't really know what mask is, right? So if you put these products in the retail stores, big box stores, the chance of people knowing it, other than collectors, I surmise is very slim. So we'll see. Okay. Yeah, so that's it for this thing. And why I wanted to talk about it is because it was an experience to share, or otherwise I wouldn't be actually showing off another company's products on my stream. Okay, because of the fact that I was prepared. If we don't get the license as Ramen Toy, I was prepared to work with a company like the Loyal Subjects to help them to R&D the next line of mass toys, because that's what I like to do. Okay, it doesn't matter if I get the license. It matters if I'm involved in the process to bring these stuff to the fan base. And I believe that, if Hasbro is themselves subcontracting outside sculptors and R&D companies for their products, there's no harm asking if the Loyal Subjects do the same thing by actually be open to subcontract a job to a company outside of their own organic staff. So that was what I was looking for. Okay, so basically that was it. And in terms of ourselves, right? The Machina train rides on, and of course, you guys know that Mobular is coming. We're just pacing ourselves because we are still making further improvements to what you saw on the prototype. And again, this is kudos to a fan. I'm sorry for forgetting your name, because there's so many names to remember, but I forgot your name. But you wrote in to give some suggestions on certain aspects that you saw that was not quite right. I've addressed your concern. I've done the changes, and some changes were already in place before you actually wrote into us. So there it is. We're actually implementing final upgrades and shape to the Mobular. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we'll have the pre-orders in March after the Dioramen concludes its pre-order. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share in terms of New York Toy Fair. In terms of our position on Machina is still going on. And let's get to the chat, shall we? So I got 106 people in the chat. Thank you so much. And please hit that like button for me as I start to actually go back to read your comments as best as I can from here. How do I don't want to slaughter your name, but Boldadora, I hope I got that right. Yes, thank you so much for joining the stream. Okay, and let's see, you guys are talking about some dragon from Mythic Legions, right? The Four Horsemen. That's fantastic. Okay, so from here, Matthew, when will the next wave of revs be shipping? So the thing is this. Okay, so now we're moving into this shipping question. So we're damned if we do, and we're damned if we don't. So what happened is that these big volume cargoes will be too expensive to be sent by air shipment. By air shipment, this van will not be only $50. So it has to be by surface shipment and then picked up by the courier once it's arrived on shore. And depending on where you are in the States, it could be another flight before it gets land driven in a van to your house. So when we initially started to give tracking numbers to folks, people were asking us by emailing, why hasn't my tracking number moved? What's going on? To which we had to reply, it will not be activated until the last mile handler picks up your package. And that's how the system works. We have gotten some comments about asking Fans Hobby, because Fans Hobby does great delivery, fantastic. So I actually wrote to Fans Hobby and say, dear sir, I'm Ace from Ramen Toy. We've been told that your shipping is exceptional. Could you mind enlightening us on what kind of shipping methods you use so that we can follow suit? To which Fans Hobby actually wrote a comment in Facebook saying that instead of emailing us, they'll just write it there, right? They said that they use Union Express and like FedEx or DHL. That means it's exactly what we do. Okay. So we also use Union Express, but that's again for air mail. It's not for surface shipment. So in that aspect, I don't think Fans Hobby actually told us the whole story, although we appreciate their reply. I would surmise that they did not send any of their goods in a shipping fashion like we like going across the ocean by boat. I'm not sure, but again, I don't think that Fans Hobby has like Ramen Racer size products. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe they do. Like I don't know the combiners. I don't know. So again, why we ship it by ocean is because it's too big and expensive to go by air. So it has to be done by the ocean, and then the tracking number is given to us. If we give it to you early on, then you will say that, oh, why isn't my tracking number working? It says that it is not active. It says that it's returned to sender or the sender has not picked it up. No, it's on its way. Okay. And if we don't give you the tracking number and wait for it to reach the shore and then to the last mile handler, then we have another problem because we don't know exactly when it reaches the shore and to the last mile handler. We're not constantly in communications with the people. Hey, where's this package? Where's that package? Where's all these 20 packages? Where's all these 50 packages? We can't be doing that. So in that instance, that's why you have the case of, oh, I don't get a shipping number, I don't get a tracking number, and it just showed up. It's because we don't know when it actually reached the shore. We don't know when it actually cleared the customs. We don't know actually when it got picked up. So it's a bit of extrapolation, right? If we extrapolate, maybe like 30 days later, we'll give you the tracking number. Then during the 30 days, you'll be emailing us saying, I've seen people getting their orders. Where's my tracking number? I haven't got a tracking number. What's going on? So we are damned if we do, and we're damned if we don't. And that's the situation we have to live with. We have to keep on receiving emails from customers about where's my tracking number, or the tracking number doesn't work. And we'll just have to keep on replying the same thing over and over and over again. So hopefully that explains. I took like so long to answer that question, Matthew. Hopefully that explains it. And also because we are shipping in batches, right? It's not like 1,000 vans goes out all at once, right? To type a shipping label, it takes time. To type 1,000 shipping labels, it takes time. So it's not done in one shot while And it doesn't make sense, because if we are typing labels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so the moment 10, we finish 100, why don't we move it out first? Why are we waiting for us to finish the 1000th and then we combine it together and ship it out all at once? It doesn't make sense. So that's why it's done in batches, right? So yeah, hopefully that answers it, and maybe we can help to copy and paste, what I said, so that more people can be aware of the procedure. And that's the procedure. There's nothing we can do about it. Not at all. Okay. When will Manta be up for PO? As I mentioned, it will be in March. Mobila. Okay, so that is another thing. Okay, so now back to some real questions. First one from John. You're asking, any chance of Ramen Racer police cars? Yes, there is a chance, because I have already taken some pictures during my trip to New York. In fact, this is my third time in New York. First time was last year in June after Joe Fest. We took a bit of a trip from Augusta to New York for a day of R&R. Walked around a little bit only, saw some police cars, saw some graffiti on vans. So I got all those ideas. Second time round was in New York Comic Con in October, a bit more compact, didn't have the time to walk around. This time round, same thing, very compact time. Most of the days was at the show. Wasn't too much time walking around. By the time I was able to come out, it's already dark. Back to the hotel to rest for the next day, plus the jet lag and all these things that kicked in on the second day. So it was quite a lot of stuff. But yes, long-winded answer, but yes, I'm looking at how we can implement a police car. Yes, we are also looking at the avenue of getting a license for this, right? We want to go license versus doing a non-license. So we have to wait, because we are sculpting it at the moment. We just need to hope that the opportunity comes along for us to get this official. Okay. Hey, Junkion, welcome to the stream. Like 30 minutes ago. And of course, the G2 Megatron tank and figure absolutely caught my attention. Kudos to Agabis, who actually suggested that scheme, right? I had no part in it. Agabis was the one that saw the vision and requested for the scheme. The figure is very much kudos to John Jalsi, if I got his last name correct. Many of you would have seen his IG where he bashed Transformers and G.I. Joe together. That Megatron also caught my attention, that he made the figure, and I asked him for permission to use that. So we're using his Megatron inspired by his concept. We sculpted a Megatron head. Of course, kudos to Julian Cabada once again for that sculpt. We rushed it in time for the show, but again, not in time to have it painted. But we'll have more details on that in the coming weeks, as I'm now gonna work tirelessly to get those exclusives done in time for the show, as well as all the paints, apps, and everything, so that we have things to take pictures of other than what you already saw on the green camouflage tank. All right. Hello, Daniel. Thank you for joining the stream from Germany. I believe you have gotten the replacements that you need. And again, if there's anything else that we need to do to make sure that your experience with us, shopping with us, is fully satisfied, we'll be doing our best, obviously, to do it. But of course, pardon the times where we are unable to do things as quickly as we would like, but we'll do it in time anyways. All right. Yes, I wore the shiny ramen shirt. Yes, that's right. Hey, Derek, thanks for that comment. But you see, there is actually no need for us to have a stall at New York Toy Fair. if we need to show something, we can put it at our distributor's stall, which is Agabus. And this show is really for two categories, in my opinion, right? The big boys. So Mattel has the third floor all to themselves, all by invitation. I couldn't even get in to see what they have. The second floor is for the big companies like Spin Master, Loyal Subjects, right? They're big enough. Other big Bandai Namco is there. You got let's see if I can remember other names. So they basically are big companies. So they are there to actually show off what they could have. In fact, I think they are showing the same thing that they did in Nuremberg, but again, is for like the home, right? Domestic market, because not everybody would have traveled to Nuremberg to see what these toy makers have in store. So the toy fair in New York would have been more like a domestic show. Okay. And then, of course, on the first floor, which otherwise would have been occupied by the Artist Alley in New York Comic Con, is for smaller companies, but not small, because NECA is not small, right? Super 7 is not small, but relative to the Mattels and the Hasbros and the Spin Masters, then this would be smaller, or rather more niche, right? It's more for the collector space action figures versus mass market products from the likes of Spin Master. Okay, so there's actually really no need for us to be there, because we are even smaller than the smallest uh, company that is at the show. Although, again, I would say I'll give kudos to. I actually met Ricky from the Plunderlings, right? So he is a smaller company compared to Super 7, but actually, based on what I'm hearing from him, that he has got like 10 people in the office, then that's much bigger than me already. So, to the question of a booth, a stall at New York Toy Fair at some stage, maybe, right? Maybe at some stage, if we are big enough to be showing the dioraman, the tanks, the Airwolf as an Airwolf, the Knight Rider as a Knight Rider, then of course we would be more than happy to go and display it if it makes business sense. Thomas, can't wait to receive the Vans. Thank you so much. Window seat has its. I'm not a big fan of window seats. I always like the aisle, but in this case, I got the window seat because that offered the leg room. As you can see, there was no seat in front of me, and for the other window seat, there was actually not really a window seat, because it was so close to the emergency exit door that the window is redundant. Okay, thank you. And you're not just saying that, right? Thank you so much. Thank you, Felix. Yes, so I hope that you guys can be enlightened with what I have to share. Obviously, I believe that I'm speaking the facts. I'm not creating any stories. And of course, Mr. Rob Dunbar, great photographer, is right there on my side as my key witness. So yes, there will be some Tiger Orange coming in the middle of the year as we complete the second round of Ramen Racer releases with the Metal Black, the Inferno, and the Ramen Razor, and we'll be making some Ramen Racers from the first round, because we were in fact short of some units for the customers who ordered due to either defective products or just exchanging our good ones to replace people, such that we are insufficient. We were lack of enough stock for the paying customers. So we're making a few more of those. At the same time, we're making some Tiger Oranges, so that when it's available, that should probably be the last time you have a chance to order it, because we're not making another batch anymore. Thank you, Clemens, Master Sun 42. I think I got it right. You're at the airport flying home now, really? Have a good, safe trip. In fact, I did see a few, but let's not dwell on that. Nope, I didn't see those, so it's good. Was it Grand Central? I'm not sure what that is. I don't think I was there. Let's see. The Hunter tank and Great White repaints are amazing. Can't wait to see them again at BotCon. Yes, you will see them, Sunny, at BotCon for sure. Megatron tank is just beautiful. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Available for all. I think I mentioned that already. It was gonna be for online if I believe Agabis would have some for online. Um, yes, would the first of all, I don't know how heavy the dragon is, and there is I think not enough space on the street section to actually place this mammoth of a figure. So I would advise to actually not put it there because again, different timelines, right? What's a dragon doing on the street section? All right, Gallagher's is amazing. They got this almost like a storage where you see all the dry aged tomahawks. Amazing. It's amazing. Hey Ryan, yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you again too. Thanks so much. John, the slow boat is again. I'm unable to answer the question directly, but it will get there. Is what I can say. And if it doesn't, email us as always. Okay. Am I able to check your issue before Monday? Which issue? The issue you just mentioned above. Is that right? Is that what you mentioned? No, I don't see the issue. Yeah, I don't see the issue, my friend. You got to be clear. Going through some of the messages here. I'm trying to keep it short and sharp at 60 minutes, guys. So let's see. I am still like 30 minutes behind the comments here. Maybe I should get a mod in to help me next time to highlight the comments. Yeah, so I've just mentioned that already. So that was done. Well, what is this? I Is that a deer or a dog? Dragon. I dragon. Well, I don't know, man. I wasn't being snobbish or whatever. I just went over there, introduced myself, and said that first of all, I could offer a manufacturing aspect. I could give you a quote on how much it costs to make the mass toys, but they didn't need that. Want to give my card just to be in case. You could just get in touch with me if you want. They said no need to have the card even. So I mean, who rejects a business card, right? So that's pretty interesting. And then when I said we should maybe collab because we could do some brainstorming on R&D, they said no. Then okay, I mean they have every right to say what they said or what he said, but quite a stark experience. Okay, I just reached the highfalutin comments. Hey Steve, look forward to connecting soon as well. Thank you so much. No, no, never, never. Is Lee Howell watching? Maybe you can change it into a meme as well. Never. True, true. But I was actually from a position and standpoint of a R&D. That means they could hire someone to R&D a product, a prototype. So from that position, it shouldn't be too much red tape. But I get what you mean. Thank you. I surmise that they have re-engineered the original toys because otherwise there's no need for them to do prototypes. And my initial reaction towards seeing the pictures before I was there at the show was I was quite certain that these are actual test shots. But I was proven wrong because when I went to the show and I saw it myself, I can pretty much guarantee that those are all prototypes. And the only reason you need to do prototypes is because you don't have tooling. Okay. Otherwise, if you have the tooling, then there is no need to do a prototype. You just do a test shot, right? So I believe they reverse engineered from the original toys and then output them as what you might call it, uh, prototypes. Yeah. So I hope the question was answered as well. Yes. So on this point, like I said, I think that maybe it is just simply because of the whole legalese that Hasbro has bought over Kenner, and hence they bought over the entire Vault portfolio, so to speak, right? And then that includes only those toys and nothing more. Okay, and I shouldn't say more because I've also signed some NDA with Hasbro in regards to this matter, so I can't say more. Yep. Thank you so much, Feliciano. We appreciate that very much. So does the early bird for the mass end Friday? I believe the 10th of March is not Friday. It is Monday, right? Monday. Yep. A good bit of comment here from Shannon. Being independent, you have freedom. They wish they had. Everything has to be approved in boardrooms and red tape. Again, pros and cons. Then they have the bragging rights that they have the license. They can go to shows and display it proudly, but we can't do that. So pros and cons. Nope, we are not stopping Machina. In fact, there's a lot more in store. We just need time, as I mentioned this on already multiple live streams from before. We are conjuring up new IP for Machina. Wow, a 30-pound cat. I really have no idea, man. That is, you have to buy your own insurance, I think. Hey, Yojo Jerk, thanks for joining the stream. And once we have the super mask available, you will get it. Again, it's going to be slow boat into the shore of the states, and then depending on where you are, it might take another ride on a plane to the final mile, the last mile carrier. So tracking numbers are no use until that time. Hope you understand. Maybe. Thank you for confirming that you have gotten the REV. And again, another confirmation. So it will get there, you know. Um, it's really no point hassling us for where's my order, not answering my emails. We're not answering your emails, not because we're not answering your emails, because we haven't gotten there yet. There's only one person handling multitudes of emails that we receive every day. And there is a limit to a person's psyche in terms of looking at emails and answering. It does affect a person's well-being. So, you know, you just got to know that we're not answering your emails. We are going to get there, and once we get there, we're going to give you the same answer, because right now that email can't be answered because we just don't have the means to answer you, right? Not that we don't want to answer you, no way. We're always answering everybody. Thank you, Vern. Apologies that your box was a bit damaged on receiving it, and I was amazed how you were able to pull apart all the styrofoam. You know, it's supposed to be just the lid comes off and then that's it. But you managed to pull out everything. It's all held together by glue, anyways. And we thought that was the best way of shipping the van instead of a blister, right? A blister tray or anything else. Like McFarlane ships their Batmobiles in cardboard inserts, but we did it with a styrofoam. So hopefully that uh, was the best option. Yeah, we are. Be careful what you wish for. Yes, so you are waiting for your notification, because I think the team handling all these notifications has sort of held back on informing people of the tracking number, simply because it's not yet available to track. So to prevent emails from flooding in, but then again, as I mentioned before, we could get emails about where is my tracking number. So it's I'm sorry, it's a thankless process. Thank you, Daniel. If no one else can help you, then you got to call on, if you can find them, the A team. Right? So um, that's something that we can't really do much on, Joel. Appreciate that you understand. Thank you so much, Rex. Patience is a virtue, and again, we are not shipping your stuff. Neither are we withholding anything. We are shipping as fast as possible. Wow. Patches is I like patches, right? I actually have some patches. Hold on. So I love patches, and let me share with you my patch collection. All right. So I got a nice US fighter weapon school, and this is a rare one because it's in the desert color. I got the original color of the fighter weapon school patch. I've got the fictitious VF1 Ghost Rider patch right there. I got a Grim Reaper patch, all F-14 squadrons. Tom Catus patch. Tactical Air Command patch. Air Combat Command, which is different, although it looks the same, but it's different. All right. And that's where I got my name, Black Aces. Right. So That's a patch. So I got patches, right? But we ain't gonna do no patch for mask. So apologies if I can't fulfill their requests. Thank you, LP. Yes, this is on the cards, and we are working with a artist, a talented artist, to make this happen. So just hold, hang on, right? Won't be too long. Wow, that is it's like just throwing everything and something will hit, right? Something will throwing everything, something will just enter the hoop. That's a good way of looking at things as well. Thank you. Yes, because it's all about explanation. Everything has an explanation. If there's no explanation, that means either I'm lying or I'm lying, right? So there's always an explanation. There we go. Got his this week and is loving it. Thank you. So I've gone through this again. It's in development, but we want to get it done properly. Yes, this has been answered. Yes, the answer is yes. That is correct again. All right, I think we just passed 60 minutes. We're running on to 68. So I'm just going to quickly go down, guys, to this. Um, and of course, wow, we got a super chat. Sorry for getting to this late. We are about 20 minutes late on your super chat, my friend. ML series with the 499. Ace, thank you for all you do. I would love a desert sandstone theme play set with similar structure costs. For the mask, I'll take 3. Desert and sandstone themed. You got to be more specific. All right. I may be good at guessing, but desert sandstone. Hmm. Desert sandstone. Please be more specific, and I'll see what we can do to add that to the dial ramen. Thank you so much for the super chat. Darwin is from Ecuador and asked about the Masters of the Verse. Have some plans for this franchise, Master of the Universe. Again, Mattel is very protective of their IP, and if I do get my way, I would like to pitch a license for 118 scale Masters of the Universe figures, much like what Joy Toy is doing with 118, but for Masters of the Universe. And speaking of that, just want to show off actual production pieces of our verse 4, 5, and 6, which what you're seeing now, I'm actually sending off to Mr. Home Arcade for his service of sending me his Motu armored He-Man uh, figure for me to actually have the heads to fit on as a test, right? So it's like a jig for me to confirm the size of the pack and everything. So that's the first one. Okay. Um, there we go. That's the first. I believe this is verse 5, although I'm showing it now. All right. And then that'll be verse 4. Okay. And then finally, verse 6. So actual production samples. Okay. All right. So I hope you answered. I answered the question. Oh, that means so much. That means so much. Thank you so much, man. That is why we are here doing the night shift and getting things done. Hmm. I can't say anything now. Sorry. Okay, so there's a question here from long handle name there. Question: Have all the vans been shipped? Yes and no. So the answer is no. So not all the vans has been shipped because we have lots of orders, and since coming back again, it's a broken record. Since Chinese New Year, we came back middle of February. Now it's just like the start of March. So during that 3 weeks, we were processing a lot of orders. So we're still, I believe, in the midst of shipping it. Hey Lee, so I hope you caught that. Never. Thank you so much. Possible, right? Possible. And can you assist with the mask? Send you all emails. I've already mentioned this, my friend. You have to tell me what you need, and we will answer you. All right. So this is something that's very interesting. Definitely fits the Dio Ramen moniker. This is also in progress. Not to worry. We just need a few more orders, and we'll be obviously helping to get that across the finish line as well. ขอบคุณมากครับ Pete. Thank you so much for joining from Thailand. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. You got the email, man. Yes, you can definitely send the DVD, although I have to get a DVD player. Otherwise, just do screenshots, right? Do screenshots of what you think we should take note of in the DVD and send it by email, and it will assist us greatly in number one, getting information on this, and number two, as we are continuing to work with solicitors on getting the rights to do it properly. I have no idea. Maybe you have to hit that bell notification on YouTube. Although we always send out the same live stream link via Facebook and Facebook, right? That's all I do. Place an order, but you don't get an email. Okay, it is not normal, I think, that you will get an email straight away after you place an order, but I'll check into that. All right. So if you did place an order, then it's in the system. All right. There's no need to be worried if there's no email, but you should get an email. Although I'm not sure of the process, I don't handle this aspect, which I should know, and I'll get back to you once I clarify it with the team. All right. Thank you. But it charged me. Yes. So if it charged you, then yes, we have your order. Maybe check your spam or junk mailbox. Okay, that should do the trick. June, yes, thank you, and I'm sure we all would love that. And in fact, we are working on something. Once we are having the clear to release it, we'll let you know. So Suka is here. Thank you for joining, Suka. Forget these 112 orders. Can't wait for 118. And thank you, LP, Mr. Laser Pants, for the 499. Any hints or teasers for the next Diaramen project? I'm sorry you wasted your money, my friend. The answer is no. Thank you for the super chat. I'll let you know when I know, right? If I know, you'll know. Okay, let's see. Funny how we have rules for mythical creatures. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, so it is to my knowledge that the Four Horsemen also charge you up front for the dragon. So definitely nothing new if we are charging people up front for our stuff. And we are a much smaller company than the Four Horsemen. Okay. So people are asking how hot dragons breathe in a stream on the other night as hot as you pretend it is. I think I don't quite get that. So to that, I just showed off the production samples. That means we are going to ship it April, around May. Okay. Thank you again for another confirmation here that we have people receiving their refs. So definitely it's not a hoax. Not a hoax. Definitely something in the works. Thank you. Thank you so much. So because of the loyal subjects license and because I teased overbite in 118 much to the deranged response from some people that they wanted it in original scale. So it's not a time for me to pursue this on original scale simply because of the loyal subjects license. So I have to hold on and see how it goes. But like I said, my initial intention was always the 118 for overbite. See, I don't know your name, but if you can just email with your handle, this exact static kits in the email, then I know it's you. Then I can tell my folks to expedite a response to you. Is that right? Okay. Okay, so 2.0, we have hit a bit of a snag because in order for us to have two seats in the very compact cockpit, the center portion has been squeezed to a thinness that I cannot agree with. So I have to review what Suka sent me in his original 3D because what Suka did was he placed seats on top of the actual McFarlane tub, canopy, a cockpit tub. But we're not doing that. We're creating a brand new tub so that there's nothing for you to glue on or stick on. It's exactly the seats in the tub. Now, maximizing the seats to accommodate a figure has gotten that center portion to be squeezed by the 3D engineer that was manipulating the 3D, and that's not acceptable for me. Okay, it just looks too weird. I will address that either by removing that centerpiece totally so that there's two seats. And also, if there's two seats, I think the only figure that fits into the two-seater version is going to be the SHF Batman. Although at the moment I don't have that sample, so I can't do a fit to confirm what I believe, or rather to confirm to me that it's going to work with this figure. All right. So the scenario that we have now is simply if we're to carry on with this development, I'll have to do some cheating by removing some things so that two figures can fit in, and I need to confirm if those figures are actually SHF's size instead of your conventional McFarlane 7-inch figures, because for one figure to go in is already tremendously uh, just nice, so to speak. For him to be squeezed to the side is really quite a stretch. So it's not as simple as one thinks. Hey, Andrew Davis, Mr. Andrew AD, new shoes again? Got new shoes? Maybe that, right? Maybe that. But we need to see some vans. Need to see some van concepts first. Thank you, Quip, for joining the stream. I appreciate you. Exactly. Zero chance that the tooling remain. That's correct. We will look into the possibilities of this, James. Right now, our different permutations of options is receiving less orders. It's not like a lot. So it is a logistical decision. It is not something that if we make it available, it might be too little orders for us to actually make it feasible as a production piece. So we are definitely looking at the possibility, but we need to also assess whether is it feasible. Hey, Juji, didn't see you at New York this time. Yes, Bobby, the vans are shipping. And should you be expecting a shipping email, you should, but it's not compulsory. It is part of the early bird if you reach the goal, because at the reduced price and throwing in another phone booth, it's not the best business sense for us. So while he officially received the van, the 01 last week, it will be shipped this next week's. Okay. All right. So that there's like a different. Yeah, guys, we just can't ship to PO boxes. So please be aware. We need to ship to a physical address. It's just the way it is. The shippers don't ship to PO box. Not that we don't ship it, is those guys don't ship it. No worries, my friend. It's a good experience, and in fact, I was so stunned that I didn't have a good response. I got no like snarky reply or like professional reply other than just nod my head and receive the nose. That's it. Thank you, Darth Primus. My pleasure. That's the whole idea of the live stream, to be one-on-one, mano a mano, with you guys, to talk the real stuff so that you guys know what's going on. Because just through comments and messages, it doesn't work. And guys, it's just quite overwhelming to have comments about where is my shipping, where's my order, or when is it shipping, or why don't you answer emails. It doesn't work on comments, because it's not that we don't answer your emails. Definitely we do. We need to go through the earliest first and not what we see first, right? We open up the inbox, we'll see the latest one, but we need to attend to the earliest one first. If we do that, then the earliest one are ignored. Okay, so we have to go through a proper sequence. And really, we will still continue to answer all these comments with answers about please email us at sales@ramentoy.com or after sales@ramentoy.com, because after sales is for if you broke something or something is broken or missing, we'll attend to you there. If where is my order, where's the tracking, that is for sales, right? So we'll answer you still, but we hope that these questions would not be placed on comments. Rather, if you can just reach out to us again via private messages, would be great. Great to see you too, Wong, on the chat. May I ask when the armor I ordered will be sending out? The armor, which armor? When is the armor I ordered? Which armor, my friend? Hello, Mr. Allmine. Thanks for joining. So same thing. I just answered this above. Thank you. It looks great. Thank you, and we're definitely looking forward to the next Ramen. Definitely. Again, we're a small team. We do our best to communicate. And the thing about, again, just ranting my mind. Should I be saying it? You go to all these shows, and the feeling I get is that you're the people in the suits The ladies are well dressed in like pantsuits or like blouse and dress, and and whichever booth they are at, they have a sense. You feel the aura, right? You feel the aura of they are important, because you need to get appointments with them. You just can't walk in. You feel like you definitely feel that they are important people in the company. But on the flip side, these people could easily be retrenched the next day or removed from their position, either to be promoted or somewhat, somewhere else. What I'm trying to say is that as much as we see them, or I see them in my space, as someone who's not at their level, the corporate level, when I see them, they give me that sense of aura of importance. But hearing all these things about Hasbro laying people off, these people could easily be laid off, just like how John Warden was laid off after 25 years. So as much as the aura is not armor that is what's the word? What is the phrase? The armor, the chink in the armor, right? It's not an armor that is unbreakable or unstoppable or whatever. So that's my thoughts, right? That's my thoughts when I see the people there. I'm just sharing my thoughts. That's all. Okay, so just wanted to chime in and say that I really think you're doing a great job, great work. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it. Yes, we need some of that as well, but again, we need to prioritize what we're doing. We would love to do everything. Well, nice. Are you using two accounts to message, or just turn on the Clemens into Master Son? Okay, so what happened with this is that, again, I wasn't satisfied with the hair that was displayed at Singapore Comic Con, because with that hair, it really is a conundrum. Okay, that hair, right? It's a very unique. For some reason, he has a very unique hairstyle, in which it is just unarticulatable, if there's such a word. So I was thinking about the way to do it is just to have three option hits, whereby there's one hit that's looking straight, another hit where he's looking up, another hit where he's looking left and right. So that's four hits. So how can you pack four hits with big chunks of hair in an action figure and keep it reasonably priced? So I think that still that's not the way to go. So we went back in search of another sculptor to help us to dissect the hair to make it movable. Now we got a problem. Now we got hair that's dissected. People might say, I don't like the way the hair is dissected, So again, it might not be the final deal. The final deal could be just what looks the best. If we can manage to do the cuts and it still can pass off with the hair not looking weird, then we'll go with that. Else, we just have to go back again and then have a figure that cannot articulate at the neck and the head, even though there is joints there. So that is the final thing in terms of the update. But we're trying to get it out as soon as possible. Okay, definitely. No, not only early bird, but all super mass sales count towards the counter. So that's the reason why it makes sense for us, because once the early bird ends and people still buy at the actual price, we are making the money to support the giveaways. We are only most squeezed if we reached 1,200 at the early bird price, but at least that covers it for us to move on to the tooling with these freebies added in. So of course, if we receive orders after the early bird, all the better, because that additional $50 would help us with the giveaway of all these items. So we're not stopping the count, because we're still earnestly trying to give everybody the free the unlockable stuff. So that was the plan. That is the plan. Yes, they are shipping, sir. No, I can't take that kind of job. No way, no way, Jose. Yes, please send pictures, and we get that done. It's in development, not in the future, but in the now. Yes, as well, but I can't say too much. So the purple ray, not rain, but ray, was a placeholder, right, for the Machina purple ray, because we are the red gull wing, we are the great white. So a color and a name would fit perfectly for this one. But because it's not the good guys, but it's the bad guys, hence I felt the change of name without a color would be the distinctive factor, because Overbite does not have a color. Hence, Mobula would be the most appropriate name for Manta in this case. Hopefully that explains it. So Gatchaman stuff will be sold on our site, as well as sold through various retail channels as much as we can, because we're trying to get this product out to as many channels as possible. So look out for it. It's not just going to be on our site. We had that discussion with a company, but so far I've not heard back, and that's all I can say. Thank you, David. Your comment means a lot. Tank production is coming soon. That I can tell you, because we've already showed off a actual test shot at New York Toy Fair. So we are getting there. Hey, TMNT. Cody, great show. Been listening back earlier. Super interesting to hear about your perspective and experience. Thank you so much. And that's why I do these live streams. Ooh, a loner. No, it's fine. I believe I have one. I just need to find it. Else I can always get it from Taobao or Xianyu. You know what I mean, right, Lee? So no worries, man. Thanks. I appreciate the gesture very much. As a mailman, you're excited about the mailbox. That's great, man. Really great to know that. He's got his van, Joshua. Oh, the armor. Okay. Yes, you will get it as with everybody else once we are ready to ship. Again, it was slated for Q4 of this year, but we can do it earlier. So as and when we are able to ship, I'll let you know, but it'll be earlier than Q4. All right, guys, with that, we reached the end of this live stream. I think I just went over 90 minutes, supposed to be an hour, but it was great engaging with you guys for the questions you have provoked my mind to explain, as well as me sharing with you my experiences and thoughts on all these various subjects. Thank you so much for your time with me in the past 95, 96 minutes. I appreciate it very much. The team appreciates very much. We are going to carry on to provide you with amazing products that you enjoy. There's 2 days left to the super mask. Please do get your pre-orders in for the early bird as soon as you can. And after that, it's back to the regular price. It will still be ongoing for the counter to help us to get to unlock those two remaining stuff, the street lamp and the phone booth, so that everybody can get those stuff in hand. And the armored vehicles are also being done as we speak. We have other things in development. Gatchaman obviously awaiting final approval from the licensor. I expect to have pre-orders up in April, and I will be traveling to Shizuoka Hobby Show in May and Joe Fest in June before I make my trip to New York Comic Con later in the year in October. Until then, we'll definitely speak again on the live stream, because I will definitely endeavor to have one at least once a month. I missed last month because it was so close to my last stream and then me going off to Wonder Festival. So I apologize for that. But again, I will do my best to make sure I'm talking to you guys on a more regular basis. Of course, I've got to get to work as always. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Thank you so much. Ace, checking out.